modern education. Around the beginning of the 19th century, however, an awareness grew that Indians should be imported modern Western education. There were three main agencies who took interest in this field. First है the Christian missionaries, second the enlightened Indians, and third the British government. The Christian missionaries were mainly interested in the separating Christianity. They established educational institutions which were attached to their church in Madras, Bombay and Calcutta. The first educational institution to be set up were the Calcutta, Madras, Banaras Sanskrit College, established in 1781 and 1792 respectively. These institutions were mainly opened with the aim of training Indians to help the company's British officials in administration. जो बात मैंने बताई वो पूरी लिख के देती है. The Fort William College at Calcutta was established in 1801 अर्थात 1801 with the some Indian scholars and British principals. The purpose was to acquaint the British civilians with language, law and custom of India. Later, the government realized that it was better to employ educated Indians as it would drastically bring down the administrative cost. Moreover, such educated Indians would be loyal to the government and would easily accept British manufactured goods. As the first step towards the development of education in India, the Charter Act 1813 provided a sum of rupees 1 lakh for development of education in India. But there was no clear-cut educational policy for India. On the issue of the content and medium of education, there were two groups among the administrators and enlightened Indians. One group, called the Orientalists, favored the study of traditional learning using vernacular language. The other group, called the Anglicists, advocated the study of Western learning through English as the medium of instruction. Raja Ram Mohan Rai advocated Western learning. Ultimately, in 1835, the government decided in favor of the promotion of European literature and science among the Indians. Lord Macaulay, the architect of modern Western education in India, wrote a note in support of the English state. It was approved by Lord William Bentinck, the Governor General of India. The Act of 1835 formally launched English education in India, and English was made the medium of instruction in the newly opened school and college. Now, you see impact at the new education system. The new system of education neglected the education of the masses. The education centers were mainly located in the urban areas, and there was no provision for education of girls. A gulf was created between the English education Indians and remaining Indians. On the positive side, English education brought a small section of Indians into contact with the modern knowledge and Western ideas of liberty, equality, democracy and nationalism. The educated people began to think of modernizing the country. Some of them became pioneers of the social reform movements and later the nationalist movement in India. Upward dispatch. In 1854, Charles Wood, the Secretary of the State, sent a dispatch, official report. Dispatch को क्या कहते हैं? Official report, which brought about further change in the modern education policy in India. His report is called the Magna Carta of the English Education India. Under the scheme, a chain of school, college and university were to be opened. The school were graded into primary, middle and secondary levels with English as the medium of institution. Teachers training school were also to be opened. In 1857, the universities of Madras, Bombay, Calcutta were established by 1887. The University of Allahabad and Lahore also came up. A department of education was also set up. Technical education, however, remained neglected. There was only one engineering college at Roorkee and 3 medical colleges in the presidency town. The Hunter Commission, 1882, appointed by the Lord Ripon, made several recommendations for the cause of education. Higher education progressed at fast speed. In 1902, Lord Curzon appointed the Raleigh Commission and looked into the condition and prospectus of the universities established in India. The University Act 1904 aimed to European the senates and syndicates of the universities and turned them into completely governmental universities. The Indians were opposed to the act because they considered it as restriction of the opportunity for higher education for young Indians. It made Lord Curzon more unpopular among educated Indians. Government resolution was issued in 1913 clarified the policy of higher education. It provided for establishing new teaching and residential universities in all provinces. Universities were established at Banaras 1916 and Patna 1970. Lord Camelford, कुछ लोग Camelford बोलते हैं, Camelford appointed the Sadler Commission to look into the problem of Calcutta University. It sent a voluminous report in 1919 which deals with the problem of secondary and university education. It provides for special attention to education of women. The medium of instruction to high school was to be vernacular and for later stage was to be English. The Dhaka and the Lucknow University were started in 1920. Allahabad University in 1921. and Delhi University in 1922. Under the Government of India Act 1919, the Department of Education was transferred into the hands of the Indian Minister responsible to provincial legislature. Under the Government of the Indian Act of 1935, entire university education was placed under the control of the provincial government. John Sargent, the educational advisor to the Government of India, introduced universal entry education for boys and girls between the age of 6 and 14 years. His scheme restricted higher education to eligible candidates only. Thanks.